pop out a little bit today. That was the original forecast. Yeah, no. Cloudy and about 40, and then cloudy and about 40, and cloudy and about 40. And temperature is going to be mild. The overnight lows are going to be warmer than what would normally be our afternoon highs. Very warm weather and a little wet at times. Details are on the way. We'll have the latest news. Normally the week between Christmas and New Year's is pretty quiet in the news gathering department. That has not been the case this week. We will have some news for you as well. Break up the Kraken 3 in a row for our local NHL team. Wenatchee Wild losing to Spokane. They have a Thursday game tonight against Victoria. The Victoria Royals are in town. It's the only Thursday game, home game of the entire year for the Wenatchee Wild, and that begins a 7-game homestand. The next 7 games for the Wenatchee Wild are all at the Town Toyota Center, and 10 out of the next 11 games, as a matter of fact, are all at the Town Toyota Center. Austin Trade will be joining me in the back half of the program. It is Thursday. Pause for pets. Kylo the dog needs a permanent home, and you'll get to meet Kylo in the back half of the program. We begin our tour. We got some pretty good cameras to look at today. It's not quite as foggy or as cloudy. Well, there you go. That's a perfect example for a Wenatchee Heights camera. Looking good. Sunrise today, 7:48, just like it was yesterday and the day before that and the day before that, and it'll be at 7:48 tomorrow and the day after that. Sun doesn't come up any earlier than that, but the sunset is just a little bit later, 4:17 this afternoon. That buys us 8 hours and 29 minutes now of daylight. We hit 37, by the way, yesterday, which was our afternoon high. Our normal is 32, and our overnight low was 32. So our overnight low was exactly the same as what our normal high would be on Wednesday. Let's check out the Omi Garden camera. This should be pretty cool. That is sweet. It's kind of funny, the Wenatchee Heights camera and the Omi Garden camera, and yet the Omi Garden camera makes the valley look so much brighter. Clouds are there, but they're much higher in the sky than they were yesterday at this time. We didn't have any of those passing clouds and fog. You can see a little bit of snow there on that little outcropping to the right of you, right above the bug. Let's head on up to the Rock Island camera. Again, it looks pretty cool to me. I really like that camera. Very handy when it comes to trying to find out what's going on in the world of Rock Island. And of course, we can see across the Columbia River to Malaga and all the way up to Mission Ridge from our Rock Island camera. And Hay Canyon. Good morning to Kashmir. Looks like there's a couple of spittles of, ooh, I don't know what that is. Is that a ghost? I think that's just the wind blowing maybe some snow and a little bit of light rain around from way up top Hay Canyon as we look out over Kashmir. That camera's pointing towards the Wenatchee Valley. You can even see the lights of the valley reflected off the clouds from high atop Hay Canyon and the beautiful hamlet of Kashmir. Without any further ado, from the National Weather Service, I mentioned boring, and that's about what it is. Cloudy today, light wind, no precipitation, high of about 40. 36 for the overnight low tonight, very mild. Tomorrow, cloudy, maybe a couple of little sun breaks, I don't think so. About 42 for the high on Friday, Friday night, 36 for the overnight low. Again, lots of clouds. Saturday, into the New Year's weekend we go, cloudy and 43. Snow level Saturday night, it's going to get down there to about 2,000 feet, but there's no precipitation in the forecast either. So the snow level is going to go down, but there's nothing to come out of the sky on Saturday night. Sunday, about a 20% chance of some precipitation, probably obviously rain. Hopefully for a few sun breaks. That's what I was calling for on Sunday. That would be New Year's Eve proper with a high of 43. Out and about on Sunday night to ring in the new year. Mostly cloudy, 33 for the overnight low. And then for the holiday, New Year's Day, lots of clouds, high of 41. And that pattern continues unabated for quite some time. There's just not a lot of weather to talk about. And for most people, that's fine by them. 5 minutes after the hour, grab your cup of coffee, come right back. We'll give you the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Thursday edition on the NCW Life channel.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Overcast and 34 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley, pushing 40 degrees. Lots of clouds. Clouds are going to be prevalent, as you already saw. For the foreseeable future, temperatures, afternoon highs anyway, a good 10 degrees above normal. 7 minutes after the hour, an East Wenatchee man will serve 13 months in prison for assault on a 12-year-old girl with whom he carried out a sexual relationship. 25-year-old Kenneth R. Crisp was sentenced yesterday in Douglas County Superior Court. He pled guilty to two counts of second-degree assault. It was all part of a plea agreement that allowed Crisp to avoid trial on the 13 sexual abuse charges that he originally faced. Crisp admitted to sexual contact with the victim in March of 2020, but said he did not know she was a minor. Another East Wenatchee man, 32-year-old Michael Alvarez Espinoza, is charged in federal court for allegedly sexually abusing the same victim as well as one other child and distributing video files of that crime. A man who pleaded guilty in a fatal drive-by shooting may soon be asked to pay the funeral costs for the victim. 21-year-old David Lomile Vasquez was killed in April of 2022 when occupants in a passing car opened fire in the 800 block of South Methow Street here in Wenatchee. Andrew Francis Morrow, who is now 26, is serving 40 years in prison after pleading guilty to vehicular homicide and related charges. Prosecutors are asking a Chelan County judge to order more than $7,000 in restitution from Morrow, which would be enough to repay the funeral expenses for Vasquez's family. Another defendant in the shooting, Benito Lecia, still awaits trial. A collision Tuesday between a pickup truck and a moving train in Dryden, or just outside of Dryden, miraculously resulted in no injuries. That normally doesn't happen when a truck or a train get together. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say the Ford Ranger had two occupants inside of it. It slid out of control at about 11:27 in the morning on Tuesday on the compact snow that covered a private driveway. A Burlington Northern Santa Fe rail line crosses that driveway, and the truck skidded into the path of the passing train. The truck bounced off one of the locomotive engines. Nobody inside was hurt. The train came to a stop and stayed at a stop well into the afternoon while the investigation continued. Douglas County Solid Waste, that's the department that coordinates the getting rid of solid waste refuse in Douglas County, says they're no longer going to be accepting tires at their collection locations. This change comes as a result of budget constraints within the Department of Ecology's tire amnesty program. The county says they may be able to accept tires again in the future should the budget expand to allow it. In the meantime, if you're a local resident, you can get rid of your old tires by going to Les Schwab Discount Tires or the Wenatchee Transfer Station to get rid of the tires that you no longer need, and don't go dumping them in canyons in rural areas. And finally, the end of the year is upon us, and we do this every year. We take stock of all the biggest stories for the year 2023. Our very own Jefferson Robbins did the labor. He went back into our archives to fish out the news. They had us all talking throughout this year, and here's volume 1 of that report.
2023 came in like a lion, with a Washington legislative session that would go on to craft new laws regarding carbon emissions, firearms possession, and new protections for transgender youth. Following on its success using drones to survey salmon spawning habitats, the State Department of Fish and Wildlife began doing the same kind of aerial survey to look for pygmy rabbits, the rare endangered animals that flourish only in the Columbia Basin. Chelan County's jail system became the target of a lawsuit by the family of a woman who died in custody. Blair Austin Nelson died at age 42 after a medical emergency at the jail in late 2021. Her family says the jail should have had measures in place to protect inmates like her from those circumstances. That federal lawsuit is still awaiting trial. Rosa Pulido became the new director of Wenatchee Downtown Association after the retirement of Linda Hagland, and James Pumphrey was named to head the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, the main animal welfare agency for Chelan and Douglas counties. The city of Wenatchee tried to combat homelessness with a second Safe Park, a secure lot to provide stable location and appropriate services for people who live out of their vehicles. The city also approved the $6.3 million Mega Kittrick project, a complete revision of the intersection with McKittrick and North Wenatchee Avenue. Once complete, it will tie into the future Confluence Parkway and provide a new underpass beneath the city's BNSF rail line. The last Q400 aircraft flew out of Pangbourne Memorial Airport. The change came as Alaska Airlines took the plane off its longtime routes, replacing it with the Embraer 175 twinjet. A heinous murder shocked Douglas County when Dalton Scott Potter shot and killed his former girlfriend Alyssa Longwell. The killing took place on snowy Badger Mountain Road outside Waterville in front of witnesses whom Potter then also fired upon. Potter was convicted later this year of murder and related felonies. He's now serving 53 years in prison. In February, a Wenatchee man stopped short of pleading guilty to a high-profile murder. Paulina Mosqueda of Waterville vanished in late 2019, and her body was discovered 5 months later in the Sage Hills area. Julius James Ceballos was arrested and charged in her killing, but prosecutors said with little physical evidence and unreliable witness testimony, they could not prove a charge of murder. Ceballos pleaded guilty to manslaughter instead and is now serving 8.5 years. East Wenatchee City Council member Matthew Hepner campaigned for insulin price controls to help people like his own daughter who lives with type 1 diabetes. One bill that passed puts a permanent cap on the out-of-pocket cost for insulin at $35 for a month's supply. A former Chelan County Sheriff's deputy sued the office, saying he was hounded out of the department after leaving the congregation of Grace City Church, where many deputies and their supervisors were members. That federal lawsuit has yet to go to trial. Governor Jay Inslee made visits to the town of Leavenworth to discuss the city's drive for affordable housing, and to Wenatchee, where he toured the Center for Alcohol and Drug Treatment, which would go on to receive more than $19 million in state money to build a new facility. And 3 climbers on the challenging Kolchuk Peak were lost after an avalanche swept them off the face of the cliff. All 3 were from the East Coast. It took months of searching and a change in the weather before all 3 of their bodies could be located. In March, Chelan County prosecutors charged the operators of 2 Wenatchee massage parlors with organized crime, money laundering, and promoting prostitution. Investigators say the 2 locations, operated by husband and wife Lin Hui Yan and Yan Yang, offered illicit sexual services for money. When police raided the businesses, the pair were gone. Almost a year later, they are still being sought by authorities. Corey Kalahar, a Wenatchee native and school administrator, became superintendent of the Wenatchee School District. Kalahar was welcomed after a wide-ranging search and interview process to become the first permanent superintendent of the district since 2022. A Waterville Town Council member pleaded guilty to driving recklessly and lying to police. Cody Pregshot received a suspended jail sentence after he was accused of fleeing from a police traffic stop to avoid a DUI investigation. He was ordered to pay more than $1,400 in fines and fees and serve 2 years on probation. Pregshot remains a council member. Lead was discovered in the water from some Kashmir School District drinking fountains. The discoveries at Kashmir High School and Middle School and Vale Elementary forced the district to shut down the taps until the problem could be addressed. Several were taken out of service and others were fitted with new filters. More lead testing that summer showed traces well below the safe standard. Gregory Loan, a former financial advisor who bilked Wenatchee Valley seniors out of their life savings, was sentenced to 8 years in prison in Douglas County. Loan swindled almost $500,000 from locals, promising huge returns. Loan's own family members said he defrauded them of millions of dollars in the past. His own father asked for a prison term of up to 10 years. On Chumpstick Highway outside Leavenworth, police tactical teams got into a standoff with a man sought for armed assault. Abel D. Wilkes was later tried and convicted of second-degree assault, but is appealing that verdict. One officer fired a rifle shot during the incident. Jefferson Robbins, NCW Life.
And that report just covered the first 3 months of this year. Part 2 will air tonight on the evening news. And that's a friendly reminder. Check out the evening news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television, 5, 6, and 10 right here on this very TV station. If that doesn't work into your schedule, you can always watch it online. Our evening news will be up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com, on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, on our app, so there's no excuse not to be informed about what's going on around here. And if there's a news tip, send us an email. Love to hear from you. News@ncwlife.com. Talking hockey, there's still some prep sports going on over the holiday break and all those cool things. The toy box of the news department is sports. And it's next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Celebrate the magic of the holidays in the Lake Chelan Valley. Fireworks light up the lake. Santa visits local businesses, and the Christmas cheer is unmistakable. Enjoy dozens of Plaid Friday deals while ringing in small-town holidays with us. Kids can write and mail their letters to Santa, while the adults delight in award-winning Lake Chelan wine. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
19 minutes after the hour, Seattle Kraken have now won 3 in a row in NHL play last night up in Calgary. They knocked off the Flames. The final there was 2-1. Chris Driedger played his first game of the season in net for Seattle, saved 37 of 38 shots on goal. Kailer Yamamoto and Alex Wenberg took care of the scoring side for the Kraken.
Walker Duehr moves up. He cruises by down a tight angle. Rear shot blocked in front by Adam Larson. A breakaway. Kailer Yamamoto walks in. He scores! Kailer Yamamoto. 2:24 in. The Kraken off and running. They're at 30th, 31st at home. But look out. Sharon Govich. Through the blue they score. And Azam Kadri picks up the loose change. Glove sign of Driedger. Anderson in control. Sharon Govich down low. Zary in front. Driedger, what a save! Elias Lindholm will think about that one tonight. Saddle Dome in Calgary. McCann. Wenberg. He scores! Alex Wenberg retrieves the puck and sneaks it by Jacob Markstrom. 6 minutes gone in the third period. 2-1. Seattle. 5 seconds left. Anderson sends it astray. 2 seconds left. A steal by Wenberg. That's Kraken hockey, baby. What a victory tonight here in Calgary.
Afterwards, Wenberg and Driedger both talked about how the old philosophy, it's not how, it's how many.
Gutsy's a pretty fair statement, you know. They came hard at the end there, but I thought our guys did a heck of a job keeping them to the outside. Made my job easy, big blocks, so it was fun. I had a pretty good seat to watch our guys kind of go to work in the D zone, so it was a lot of fun.
I mean, we talk, there's got to be urgency, we got to fight for each other, and that's what we're doing right now. I mean, obviously tonight, it's not really a pretty win. I mean, we're working hard, and we just try to find a way to win games, and that's what matters. And in the past, I feel like we've been lacking a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, we're doing a lot of good things to get rewarded.
You know, you can spin it any way you want. The advantage to the home team, the advantage to the traveling team, because things are simpler on a family vacay or on a family weekend where you're coming off of a holiday. Bottom line is 2 points on the line, and we were far from perfect tonight, but our effort was really good. We had some good individual performances, and that adds up to 2 very valuable points.
Kraken are back home tomorrow night. Philadelphia Flyers will be in town at the Climate Pledge Arena. That'll be in Root Sports. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock. Seahawks take on Pittsburgh in their final home game of the regular season on Sunday. Both teams are 8-7. Both teams trying to make the playoffs. Coach Pete Carroll says the Steelers got to be feeling pretty good about themselves. After all, last week they demolished the Bengals.
Well, fortunately, we're back here this week working at it with some really good perspective about finishing up the season on the right note against a really good team, needs it as well as we do. It's a championship matchup for us, and fortunately we're in that situation to see if we can generate another good ball game and keep this thing moving along. We're making some progress. We're doing some things better, some things we continue to work on that we'll try to get ironed out this week. But knowing that this club just came off a great victory over a division rival and played an amazing game, it's going to be hard. And so that's what we expect this time of year.
Seahawks and Steelers, 1:05 kickoff. That'll be Sunday on Fox. Eastern Washington men and women's basketball teams back in action tonight. The Eagle men are home against Portland State at 6 o'clock on ESPN+. The Eastern women are on the road at Portland State also at 6 o'clock, also on ESPN+. The LSU women's basketball team had 10 days of not playing basketball, so Kashmir grad Haley Van Lith came home to spend Christmas with her family in Kashmir, and while she was in town, she surprised her alma mater with a visit and a gift for the entire basketball program, a whole bunch of Adidas shoes.
I'm really proud to have came from here. This community gave a lot to me. Coach Hine, Coach Darnell invested a lot into me, and it's really this place is really important. When I'm playing and under my name, when they announce me, when it says I'm from Kashmir, Washington, Wenatchee, Washington, I love that. That means so much to me. I'm really proud of this community, and one thing I can say is I name a place in the world, I've played there, name an arena, I've played there. I've played in some of the biggest crowds ever recorded in college sports, and there is nothing like playing a high school game in this gym.
And by the way, her Tigers are 12-1 on the basketball season. They're ranked 7th in the latest AP poll. They're trying to repeat, of course, as national champions. Her gift included bright blue shoes for the ladies and brand new Trae Young shoes for the guys. Prep basketball from yesterday from our friends at Les Schwab. Okanagan boys beat Deer Park. Kettle Falls topped Tenasket. And girls play, it was Kamaikan over Eastmont, Wapato edging Moses Lake. Deer Park down in Okanagan, and Tenasket handled Kettle Falls. Lots of basketball. We'll start out with the girls. Your schedule today. Brewster takes on Mabton in the Sun Dome. Lake Roosevelt takes on Lakeside at a 9 Mile Falls. That'll be in Reardon today at 2. Omak will visit Deer Park at 3:30. Quincy takes on Sunnyside at Moses Lake. Bridgeport visits Pateris. Moses Lake will host Central Valley. Chelan plays Cle Elum in the Chelan Community Gym at 5:45. Cascade visits Kittitas at 6. And Haley's alma mater, Kashmir, takes on Zilla in the Sun Dome tonight at 6:30. The boys' schedule gets underway at 12:30. Brewster takes on Seton Catholic at the Sun Dome in Yakima. Manson will take on Welpanit. That game also in Reardon. Kashmir faces Natchez Valley in the Sun Dome at 4:30. The Omak boys are at Deer Park at 5. Quincy's at Columbia Burbank. Pateris hosts Bridgeport. Cle Elum faces the Chelan boys at 7:15. And Cascade visits Kittitas. And the Wenatchee Wild find themselves on the short end and the stick of Spokane last night. Pardon the pun. 5-2. The final, as it did prior to the holiday break. Wenatchee found itself in an early deficit. The Chiefs jumped out to a 2-0 lead. The Wild battled back to tie it, but Spokane had the answers in the third.
With his 4th of the season, as the puck turned over by Spokane in their own zone, comes out to Brown, who shoots and scores. A turnover by Spokane. Brown gets his first career goal. Blue quick shot deflected and in the net. as Wu threw it on net. I think it was Sherbina that got it. And this game is tied at 2.
Yeah, that's a play where, that happens. That's a hot.
With it, ahead for Streak. He moves in. Streak can't get a shot away as it drifted off the stick. Now throws it back out front to Feist, who fires a shot that goes high and wide right. Over to Wood, one-timer, knocked down by Cowan. Puck moves out front. Friesen couldn't control it. It comes back out to the wall. Left side, shot coming from Weinstein goes wide to McIsaac, right blue line. He shoots and scores! I think it was tipped out front, and it was Roulette who got a stick on it. And Spokane has taken a 3-2 lead. Back to Bonnie. Bonnie fires a shot. Save made by Hauser. Rebound out to McIsaac. Over to Ekstrom and shoots and scores! Puck comes to Catton. Catton out front, opens Berthollet. Berthollet waits it out. Shoots and scores! Chase Berthollet. Patience and poise with the puck. At Spokane, a 5-2 lead.
Wild are back home tonight, the first of 7 consecutive home games. Victoria is in town, 6 o'clock tonight at the Town Toyota Center. Of course, Austin Andrade and I will talk hockey in the back half of this very program. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Thursday. If you live in South Sudan, first of all, good morning. It's good to see you. It's a Republic Day for you guys for the obscure holiday. It's National Short Film Day, National Chocolate Candy Day, it's National Pledge of Allegiance Day, National Call a Friend Day. But hey, it's a great time to dig out some cards and do a little dealing. Today is National Card Playing Day today. A Regulation 52 card deck opens up endless possibilities. There's literally thousands of different card games you can play if you just have a regular 52 card deck. I mean, there's poker and Texas Hold'em and spades and solitaire and bridge and hearts and gin rummy and on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Trying to play a poker with a pinochle deck once. Doesn't quite work. And so you got the hearts, the diamonds, the spades, and the clubs. What do they actually mean? Nobody really knows, but the prevailing theory is that it represents the different levels of societal classes, I guess is the best way to put it. They're supposed to represent the clergy, royalty, aristocracy, and the military, apparently. I don't know. I plan on playing a little poker myself over the weekend. Take my friends' money anytime. Play little cards today. It's 29 minutes after the hour. 2 significant days in history. We always do states when they enter the Union. We throw up the state flag and make you try and guess what the state flag is. That's not going to be too hard to guess. Happy birthday to the Hawkeye State, Iowa, joining the Union on this date in 1846, 177 years ago today. Iowa is the only state whose east and west borders are formed almost primarily by rivers. States that use rivers as borders, and a lot of them do, it's either the northern border or the southern border or a combination thereof, but Iowa is the only state whose primary eastern and western borders are actually formed by rivers. Iowa is dead last among the 50 states to set aside land for public use. Less than 9% of all the land in Iowa is actually set aside for public use, probably because of the farms. The average 4-year high school graduation rate in the state of Iowa is 91.3. That's the highest among all the states. That's pretty good. Over 91% of all the high school students who go to high school graduate from high school. It's very windy in Iowa, and they take advantage of that. 42% of all the electricity generated in Iowa comes from wind farms. And finally, Iowa has 3.2 million people and 22 million hogs. Hogs outnumber people in a big way in Iowa, the Hawkeye State, and by the way, the home state of Austin Andrade. It was called 65 years ago the greatest game ever played in the history of the NFL. It is still considered that way. December 28th, 1958. The Colts and the Giants at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx in New York City. The Colts won in overtime 23-17. It was the first NFL championship game ever to go to overtime. It was the perfect storm because it was a perfect storm. The weather on the east coast of the United States, where the vast majority of Americans lived in 1958, was terrible. It was a Sunday afternoon, so everybody was inside and everybody watched the NFL championship game. 45 million people watched the broadcast on NBC on television. It could have been more, except back then the NFL had unconditional home game blackouts. It was in New York City, and that's the home of the Giants. And so if you were a resident in the metropolitan New York City area, you couldn't watch the game. You had to buy a ticket to go to the game, and you couldn't buy a ticket to go to the game because it was sold out. During this overtime with Baltimore driving, they lost the link to the television broadcast, and the urban legend has been that NBC ordered an employee to run out in the middle of the field to cause a delay so they could fix the problem. Somebody did run out in the middle of the field. They did fix the problem. Nobody missed a play. They got it over with. 17 individuals, coaches and players who participated in this game are now in the NFL Hall of Fame. And of course, the NFL championship game would not have another overtime game until Super Bowl 51, when the Patriots came back and beat the Falcons. Still considered the greatest game ever played. And we do birthdays. We always do presidents. The 28th president of the United States, Woodrow Wilson, born in this date in 1856. The last president so far to get married while in office. During his first term, his wife Ellen died. He met Edith Galt, and they got married 1 year later. And then, of course, he had a stroke, and Edith Galt essentially ran the presidency for the last year of his term in office. He met with his successor, Warren G. Harding, on the day of the inauguration. He was too sick to attend the inauguration. He was a segregationist, and he did believe in white supremacy. You take away those rather large caveats, most historians consider Woodrow Wilson one of our better presidents. He was born in this state in 1856. Martin Milner, Officer Pete Malloy, on Adam 12, loved Adam 12 growing up, always watched it. Thought maybe I'd want to be a police officer when I got older because of Adam 12. I didn't. Martin Milner, born in the state in 1931. That's it for Heavenly Birthdays. Living people. Bill Lee, the spaceman, 77 years old. When asked about mandatory drug testing in Major League Baseball, he said, "I've tried all the drugs, but I wouldn't make it mandatory." In 1988, he ran as the Republican nominee for the Rhinoceros Party. His platform was to ban butter and guns. He said, butter and guns can kill you, so we should ban them. Bill Lee, the spaceman, and a good pitcher, too, I might add. He's 77 years old today. Denzel Washington. 3 years ago, the New York Times ranked Denzel Washington as the greatest actor in the 21st century, the current century. Might have a case there. He's 69 years old today, and one of only 16 people who have accomplished the EGOT. He has an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. He's the only African-American male to accomplish the feat of getting an EGOT. John Legend is 45. Thanks to Alpine Air, platinum sponsors here of not only this award-winning program, which has never actually won an award, but the entire NCW Life channel. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Mike McDonough's got an opinion. We're talking Wild hockey with Austin Drade. You're going to get a lot of chances to see the Wild at home over the next 3 weeks or so. But first things first, Kylo the dog needs a permanent home. It's Paws for Pets.
Hi, I'm Coralie with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager here. And this big, beautiful shepherd boy is Kylo. Kylo is about 5 years old, and he came to us as an owner surrender. So it's nice, we know a little bit more about him than our average dog. We know that he lived with 3 kids, ages 6 through 12, and got along wonderfully with them. We know that he's great with other dogs, and we know that he loves going fishing. Apparently, he used to go fishing with his last owner. He would just jump in his truck, and they'd head out to the lake, and they'd catch some fish. Yes, he loved doing that. He also loves toys. He loves having a ball thrown for him and stuffed animals. He's very young at heart. Yes, you are. Yes, and he is such a sweetheart. Yeah. He is very smart, like most shepherds. He knows how to sit, and he knows his down and his stay, and he knows how to ask for belly rubs. And he's just a beautiful boy, so goofy. He's also a really quiet dog, which is surprising given his size. You'd expect a deep, throaty bark or howl to come out of this guy, but not a peep. I don't think I've ever heard you bark, which I think is fantastic. Yeah, you're just really an all-around great guy. You just need to go fishing again, huh? If you would like to come and meet Kylo, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 11 till 6, and he'd love to have you throw his ball.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
Stop by the Culinary Apple and elevate your cooking experience. With high-quality cookware, bakeware, and tools, you'll find just what you need. It's not too early to start thinking about the holidays. Pre-order your Apple gift packs and custom gift boxes now.
Located in the heart of downtown Chelan, Lake Chelan Sports is your best choice for outdoor apparel. Whether you're enjoying the lake or spending time with your family or simply relaxing, we have you covered. Welcome to Lake Chelan Sports.
Wenatchee, get ready for an electric night of action. See the feud between Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre continue as they collide for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes takes on Shinsuke Nakamura in an epic match. Plus, don't miss Bianca Belair and Io Sky in action.
This, my friends, is must-see.
It's WWE Super Show, live in Wenatchee, January 7th. Tickets and Superstar Experience packages on sale now.
Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I'm a regular churchgoer. Yeah, good for me, right? But sometimes I run into people who used to go to church, but they don't anymore, and I ask them why. And they often say something like this: I had to miss church for 3 weeks in a row, and no one called me to see if I was okay. Now, my response to them is, why do you think people go to church? They're specifically looking for you. Sure, it would be nice if we noticed other people or the lack of them more than we care about ourselves, but come on, really. Blaming other people for your deciding not to go to church is kind of lame, don't you think? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging in Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging in Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Enjoy some Christmas cheer at Chelan Ridge Winery. Whether you sit by the fireplace inside or prefer the all-new heated deck outside, you will truly enjoy an amazing view and that down-home hospitality the Ridge is famous for. Christmas at the Ridge is always a special occasion.
The River House Cigar Bar is one of the few smoke-free cigar bars in Washington. With 36 custom craft cocktails, draft beer, wine, and a full menu, the River House has it all in a recently remodeled smoke-free lounge. Check it out just off Riverside Drive in Wenatchee.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCAA Live Channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
In today's environment, risk management assessment is a crucial process for your business. Risk assessment will identify, evaluate, and mitigate hazards. Don't let risk impact your business income, reputation, operations, and your overall success. We can give you peace of mind by transferring your business risks to the insurance providers. Call Stacy at August Edge Insurance today to schedule a risk management assessment for your business.
If you love good food and drink, you don't have to look all over for the food truck anymore. You can go directly to Mama Tina's new location at Riverside 9 Apartments. Top-rated pizza, sandwiches, and calzones in a full bar make Mama Tina's your new destination restaurant.
We have returned from our brief commercial break here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Normally, of course, we visit with Austin Dryday, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, on Wednesdays, previewing the week's games and the weekend action. But of course, it's a short week. The holiday, he got to go back to his beloved Midwest to see his family for a while. So we're doing this on a Thursday, which makes sense. We had Spokane last night. Tonight, Victoria. The Royals make their first trip to town, and then we wrap it up with a New Year's Eve matinee here at 4 o'clock against the Thunderbirds. Austin, good to see you, my friend. How did the big fat guy treat you this year? How'd you do?
It was good.
Yeah? Did you get what you wanted?
Mostly.
Okay. Yeah, nobody ever says yes. It's like
I got everything I wanted.
There you go. Well, you got everything you wanted, professionally speaking, since the middle of summer when the bump up came to the WHL and you made that professional climb one more step up the ladder. From your perspective, since the big announcement back in June, 2023 is a pretty damn good year for Austin Dryday.
It's been a pretty good year, starting the year out here in a new place and in a new league, and then getting the bump up in June to the Western Hockey League. It's been a real good year. There's been probably a little bit of shell shock with just the how straight through the schedule has been with the Western Hockey League, but there's always a little adjustment that takes some time there. This time next year, I don't think we'll be worried about the schedule and the time frame. And of course, the biggest thing you and I have been talking about since day one, the quality of hockey. This is the highest level you've ever called, and this is the highest level of hockey we've ever seen here. As advertised, the WHL is the real deal. It really is. You come to the arena every single night, and you'll see guys who will play in the NHL. You see guys who are already on the NHL draft radar, have already been drafted by NHL teams, and you come to the arena each night not wondering, I wonder if any guys that I'm seeing tonight will be in the NHL. You come to the game wondering, which guy is going to be there and which guy might not be on the radar yet, just on his way up, that you're going to recognize a whole lot here in 3 or 4 years.
We're at the halfway point of the season after the holiday break, of course, and they're back to hockey. From you get to see the coaches and the front office personnel a lot more than I do. Are they pretty pleased with where we stand at the halfway point? Is this about where I thought the Wenatchee Wild would be in relation to the rest of the league and the rest of the teams?
They really are. To be in the lead in the U.S. division going out of the holiday break, I think is a pretty satisfying spot for this group to be, especially when you consider here of late, we haven't had Connor Geekie, we haven't had Matt Savoy, we haven't had Carter Prasovsky with that injury that he's got, and Rogers Bukarts has been out. I mean, this group is missing some key guys, and they're still competitive. Everett was missing some key players that last game before the break, and Wild beat them 6-1. So it's a competitive group even without the top guys available, and I think to see this group be competitive and to be in every single game, no matter what, to have a chance to win every single night, I think is pretty satisfying for this organization.
A little trip down memory lane. If you remember correctly, way back at the start of the season, the Wenatchee Wild had 8 consecutive road games stretched out over a couple of weeks. You're thinking, does this ever even out? Well, it does, because we're about ready to play 7 in a row at home, and I think 10 of 11 here at the Town Toyota Center, almost all the way into February. We're going to be in our ring. So this is a critical stretch of games because we're talking home cooking now.
It really is. The goal is to defend home ice and then to win as many as you can while you're on the road. So defending home ice, that's going to be critical for these guys. And it's a place where they've done really, really well. This group gets some really good support from the home fans, and now it's time to pay them back with a few points and a few wins.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about the Royals. Victoria is in town tonight. Again, the first of 7 consecutive home games here at the Town Toyota Center. Give me a quick scouting report on the Royals. What can you tell me about them?
Well, they're a team that started out kind of slow this year. They lost their first 4 games in a row, I believe, and once they picked up that first win, they've been as competitive as anybody else in the Western Conference. Wild beat them 6-3 earlier in the year when they came in, but it's a group that I think is going to compete. They're going to battle, and they're going to give this group a pretty good test here tonight when they come in.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they got a pretty good goalie, don't they? Who sees a lot of time.
He sees a lot of time and is outstanding in net. So we're going to have to figure him out tonight as well.
And then the Seattle Thunderbirds on New Year's Eve, actually in the afternoon, if you will, 4 o'clock matinee to ring in the new year. Seattle, I think, all things considered, after last year's run, pretty disappointing so far for the Thunderbirds. They haven't really done much.
It's disappointing might be the right word, maybe not, but they've battled a little bit here this year. They picked up a couple of wins against this group, so now it's a chance for us to pick up a win in our barn against a team that, at least on our end, has given us a challenge here this year.
You mentioned we're a little shorthanded with 3 of our best players going out, trying out, and making their respective national teams. They'll be heading to Finland, Sweden in February. Is that right? When's the actual tournament?
They're actually playing right now.
Oh, and right now. Okay, I apologize. So when are they going to be back? Are they going to be back in the fold, the 3 that we're talking about during this long homestand?
So the tournament ends on January 5th, and I would imagine Canada will probably play for gold as they often do. So one imagines the 6th, which is a home date for us. That'll be a travel day for those guys. 7th is a Sunday, and then by the 8th, this group will be back in the mix here.
Get them used to the time zone, get a little rest after playing at that kind of level and playing on the other side of the planet, so they'll get a couple days to recuperate and then it's right back at it.
Shake off the jet lag a little bit. It's a 9-hour difference between Sweden and here, so there will be a little bit of jet lag for them to shake off, but they're young guys. I'm not worried about that.
And unlike that, in Sweden now it's the dead of winter there, unlike here in Wenatchee, where we have 8.5 hours of wonderful, beautiful daylight. This team, this Wenatchee Wild hockey team, you're starting to feel a little more juice about this team, as there were some people going, I don't know, there's a lot of changes going on, we like everything. The fact that the team and the culture remains the same as they switch from the British Columbia Hockey League to the Western Hockey League has meant everything to the locals here, right? I'm talking about the Whites from an ownership group, keeping Bliss around and Gretchen around, the continuity in the front office and the culture, I guess is the word I want to use. That has carried over to the new league, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Continuity, I think, has been a big help. And the folks in Wenatchee, they know this group, they know the brand, they know the they know the organization, and to come into the new league with not a whole lot of changes, I think has been a big help for the fans in the Wenatchee Valley to get used to learning the new league, and they know that we're learning the new league along with them.
A couple more questions and we'll cut you loose. I know he's a busy guy. He's not that busy. The office isn't even open today. We talked to Bliss before the winter break. He said what we really like the guys to do is just forget about hockey for a week. Don't even pack their gear. You know that's not the case. Just keep your sea legs going. Maybe a couple of slow starts you might anticipate from the Wild against Victoria tonight, or do you think they're going to be right from the get-go? It takes a little while to get your sea legs back if you haven't played hockey for a while.
It does take a little while to get those back. I'm hoping last night's game against Spokane will be a big help with that. But I think I remember the guys kind of battled to start the game last year when they came back from the holiday break too. So that happens sometimes. Hopefully last night took care of a lot of that.
And again, 7 in a row at home, 10 out of their next 11 at home after last night's game in Spokane, as you mentioned. So big, lots of home games all through the month of January, and we want to win, of course, as you said, as much as possible on the home ice. I think we covered it all, didn't we? Did we get it all? Did I miss anything?
Sunday is our Restoring the Roar in 24, presented by Anderson Family Dental. So we'll do a balloon drop and get this one wrapped up a little early so you can get out and enjoy your New Year's Eve. But we want to make sure we get you in and give you a good show before you dive right into your New Year's Eve evening.
And finally, something we do with each visit, whenever I remember to do it, it's the Ostendrade Player of the Week. Now, even though they didn't play, there's probably some unsung hero that deserves a little kudos. The Ostendrade Wenatchee Wild Chico's Bail Bonds Player of the Week, and it is.
How about we give it to Matt Savoy?
Why not?
He's probably the furthest away from home right now. He's from Alberta, playing over in Sweden. So Connor Geeky's from Manitoba. He's not quite as far away, so let's give it to Matt.
Fair enough. Matt, congratulations. Win a year's supply of turtle wax and a version of the home game. It's nice not having those monster bus trips, isn't it? Maybe the best thing about the WHL, all of your rivals, is a 3-hour drive. You're going to Portland, Everett, Seattle, Spokane, Kennewick. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Even the longer trips within the conference, like Kamloops is probably a 6-hour trip. That was Cranbrook and Trail in the British Columbia League. We go back to Kelowna. We've been to West Kelowna I don't know how many times in the BCHL. So even the trips up to Vancouver, Victoria, we've been there. We've done that. We'll keep doing that.
And the Wenatchee Wild Booster Club, the ad hoc group that helps out the Wenatchee Wild with all kinds of cool stuff. Really cool people. They've organized a couple of Rooter buses for a couple of trips coming up, one to Everett and one to Seattle. So just go to the Wenatchee Wild Hockey website, click on the link, and they're going to be sending a couple of buses over so you can restore the roar in somebody else's rink. Show them what it's like to be here, right?
January 21st and February 4th, we'll go over the passes to Seattle and Everett. So a couple of easy trips over and back the same day. But we'd love to have a good crowd over there and love to give the Booster Club some love, too.
How did you pull those dates right out of your head? That's impressive.
I think those are our only 2 road games coming out.
Okay, that's for a guy with a slow leak in his head, you can come up with some information like you wouldn't believe. Ostendrade, everybody, give him a big hand, and we will be right back.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota compact and utility tractors. Rated #1 in durability and owner experience, they're built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota tractors for 0 down, 2.99% APR for up to 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying snow attachments. See your local Kubota dealer today.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Happy fall, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions has your fall fashion necessities. Cozy sweaters, jackets, vests, and coats. Jeans in skinny, slim, regular, and boot cut from Jag, cut, French dressing, and Liverpool. Sparkly blazers and tops for holiday special occasions. Comfy PJ salvage and tribal. Sleepwear and robes make great gifts. Brighton has designed gorgeous olive and chili pepper handbags. New Apple Watch bands are in and will not last long. Come see us at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's, our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple topper so great?
Pepperoni, Canadian bacon, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. And when you give the gift of Abby's, we'll give you a present too.
It's a cloudy and gray Thursday morning, 36 degrees here in the big city. Going to get up to right around 40 or so for the Wenatchee Valley. A little cooler in some locations where there's still snow on the ground. I'm talking to you folks up in Leavenworth and maybe a few parts to the north of us in the Methow Valley. When there's snow on the ground, it actually keeps the ambient temperature down by a couple of degrees. We'll do the complete forecast here in just a little bit. Not a lot to talk about. But we did the drawing during the back half of the program for Winning Wednesday. If you watched the show yesterday, you know we wrapped up our year-long series of interviews with the merchants at the Pybus Public Market. Thanks to Travis and everybody who participated in our interviews, and everybody, all the Pybus merchants who donated that $50 gift card. That was pretty cool. We did the drawing here just a few minutes ago. Alicia, our Director of First Impressions, did the drawing. One little caveat before I forget. Thanks to everybody who entered, by the way, for the $50 gift card to South. Got a lot of entries for that. A lot of you in your emails to winner@ncff.com, you put in little notes like, we love your show, or we never miss it, we watch it every morning. And if you're curious, if you comment positively on the show and on the content and on myself, does that actually increase the odds of you actually winning the gift card on Winning Wednesday? And of course the answer is yes, it does. I'm kidding, it doesn't. We cut them up and throw them. We have to be as fair as possible on this. And the winner is Cindy. Cindy, congratulations. I will be sending you an email. You have a $50 gift card to our friends at South, and we'll do some Wenatchee Wild good seats next week on Winning Wednesday, and I'd love to bring that to you. All right, from the National Weather Service, there's just not a lot to talk about, folks. Mild, dry, warm. There are some weak disturbances coming in over the weekend. I mean, so weak they're almost unmentionable, but here you go. Just lots of clouds today, high of about 40. And again, our normal high is 32. So as you can see, as you look at all the overnight lows in gray, our overnight lows will be just about where our afternoon high is supposed to be. 36 for the overnight low tonight. On Friday, we'll top off at 42, a couple of degrees warmer. 36 for the overnight low on Friday night. Into the weekend we go. Lots of clouds, continued very mild for late December, and a high of 43, and an overnight low Saturday night, 35. For the last day of the year on Sunday, a couple of sun breaks possible, but maybe a light raindrop or two. And a high of 43, 33 for the overnight low Sunday night for you revelers. I will not be celebrating midnight on Sunday night. I haven't seen midnight in any night for any number of years. This job precludes you from staying up until midnight. For the New Year day on Monday, lots of clouds and a high of 41, and by golly, that's exactly what we're stuck through, right through the middle of next week. Tomorrow's guest on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, last guest of the year, Stormin' Joel Norman, broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Me, Elizabeth, and today I'm exploring some amazing sites with my friends Garrett Clayton, Jesse LeBeau, and Mayana Walsh. We'll explore the Old City Wall of Dubrovnik,
Wow, this is so beautiful.
And make some surprising discoveries inside it.
Oh wait, I know about this one, I know about this one, I know about this one.
Okay.
Okay, no, wait, I promise.
Then we'll set our sights on another ancient wall, the Wall of Stone.
Jesse, come over here. We're gonna climb up the wall.
And visit the Diocletian Palace in the town of Split.
This is so cool. You can come to this courtyard and drink our tea and our hot chocolate.
It's an awesome trek through one of the most interesting countries I've ever visited. And you get to come with us. So let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers. To Croatia.
To Croatia.
Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World from Croatia.
Hey guys, today I'm here in Croatia.